What if a god cried for you, but still let you die? Stay with me to the end. This isn't just another Greek myth. It's one of the most heartbreaking decisions ever made on Mount Olympus. Welcome, myth seekers, to another journey through time and legend. You're watching Myth or Real, the channel where gods breathe fire, kings rise and fall, and every story hides a sliver of truth. If you're into epic tales, immortal destinies, and the clash between fate and free will, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. It helps me a lot and costs you absolutely nothing. Trust me, there are more stories waiting in the shadows than you can imagine. And while you're here, let me know in the comments, who's your favorite mythological figure? A fierce warrior? A fallen angel? A creature of chaos or a god of light? I read every one. Today, we uncover the tale of a prince, a demigod, a warrior king, Sarpedon, son of Zeus himself, a name echoing through the blood-stained hills of Troy, and a story as tragic as it is heroic. This is the legend of Sarpedon. Before the sands of Troy were drenched in war, before the gods chose sides in the quarrel of mortals, there was Sarpedon, born of Zeus, king of the gods, and Laodamia, daughter of Bellerophon, the slayer of the Chimera. Sarpedon was divine by blood, royal by birth, and destined to be great. But greatness, in Greek myth, is never without its price. Sarpedon's story begins in the land of Lycia in Asia Minor, far from Olympus and even farther from peace. There are two versions of his origin, and here's where things get interesting. In one version, Sarpedon is the son of Zeus and Europa, making him a brother to Minos of Crete and Rhadamanthus. But after a dispute over the throne of Crete, Minos drives Sarpedon out. He flees across the sea and establishes himself as king of Lycia. This version places Sarpedon among the earliest generation of Greek heroes, powerful, ancient, and steeped in divine ancestry. The second and more accepted version ties Sarpedon to the Trojan War, as a younger son of Zeus and Laodamia, with a clearer timeline leading to the epic clash. Whichever path you choose, one truth stands: Sarpedon was a warrior king, one of the most respected allies of Troy. When the Greeks launched 1,000 ships to retrieve Helen, Sarpedon did not hesitate. With his cousin Glaucus, he brought a Lycian army to Troy's aid. He wasn't fighting for glory. He wasn't even truly fighting for Troy. He was fighting for honor, and to repay a bond of loyalty that went beyond borders. And here's a lesser-known detail. Unlike many of Troy's allies, Sarpedon actually respected Hector and tried to coordinate strategies with him. In the Iliad, he even criticizes Hector for letting the Trojans slack in the heat of war. He was not just a warrior. He was a leader, a tactician, a man with vision. But fate had already written his death in the stars. Zeus, his father, watches from Olympus as Sarpedon charges into battle. And here we witness one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of Greek myth. Zeus wants to save him. He debates with Hera, torn between godly law and fatherly love. But Hera reminds him, if you save Sarpedon, every god will want to save their children. The order of fate will collapse. Zeus consents. Tears of blood fall from his eyes, immortal sorrow staining the clouds as Sarpedon rides toward death. And who stands against him? Patroclus, Achilles' dearest friend, wearing Achilles' armor in a desperate attempt to rally the Greeks. Their clash is brutal. Divine blood meets mortal steel. And in the end, Sarpedon falls, not in shame, but in honor, fighting like a lion, refusing to flee. Zeus commands Apollo to retrieve the body. And then, two immortal brothers, Sleep and Death, carry Sarpedon back to Lycia, where he is buried with royal rites. This alone sets Sarpedon apart. Few mortals in the Iliad are honored this way. His body does not rot in the sun, does not feed the crows. He is a demigod treated like a god, a silent nod from Olympus that even in death, he was more than mortal. But what happened after? That's the mystery. Some say his tomb in Lycia became a site of pilgrimage, a place where warriors left offerings and kings sought strength. A few sources, rare, fragmentary, mention that his blood was believed to bless the earth, making fields more fertile. In this way, Sarpedon became not just a hero, but a part of the land itself. Even centuries later, in Roman times, his name was whispered in mystery cults and arcane rites. Some believe that Sarpedon's soul did not descend to Hades, but to Elysium, the paradise of heroes, a rare reward, a father's unspoken gift. And in art, he became a symbol, not of victory, but of noble loss. The price of loyalty, the cost of fate. That was the story of Sarpedon, the demigod who bled for duty, who died with honor, and whose father, king of the gods, could only weep as he fell. If you like this story, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. It means a lot, and it helps this channel reach more myth lovers like you. And tell me in the comments, who's your favorite mythological figure? A tragic hero like Sarpedon? A ruthless king? A winged beast or a fallen god? I want to hear what legends you love most. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, some myths are just stories, but others might just be real.